Good morning. It's the 14th of July, I think. So it's almost the middle of July. Ooh, I better get moving. It's 6:45. I'm trying to sleep a little bit later. Maybe it'll make me feel better. Yeah, but I still got to get up and let's go hiking. Yeah, my hope is to get into Gorham. Get past Gorham, really. But the way I've been feeling, I'm thinking about taking a couple days off. But I want to get into Maine. You know, I want. Unless I start doing something, I just got to get over this funk. I'm in a funk. I'm walking on marble. I wonder how much this marble would be at home. And it's like, ooh, they just make the path out of it. Oh, Merry Christmas. Well, I tell you, the presidentials were great. It was nice seeing them. But I tell you, I'm at Imp campsite. I'm just now passing it. Still on my way to Gorham in New Hampshire still for 20 more miles and then Maine. But I'm here to tell you that the presidentials took a lot out of me because, you try to, I got a bug bite or something. Somebody got me. You're trying to push miles. And then you get to the point where you are pushing miles. But back in the day, like 3 months ago, you do a 20, and then you do another 20, it stacks, and it really drags you down. And then you have to almost stop and go like a 10 or an 8, and then go into town. Then after a while, you're doing 20-somethings every day, and it's no problem. You just keep right on going. So then when you get slowed down, you think you're not doing much, right? Well, you hit Moosalok. You hit the beginning of the whites, and the whites will slow you down, and then you look and you say, oh, I only did 8 miles a day and I'm exhausted. And so the next day you try to push 15, and the next day you try to get back up to where you were. Well, all that is stacking again, and it has exhausted me because I tried to get out of the presidentials a little too fast, and then the rain came in and wore me out. So just know I'm wore out, and I'm almost out of the Wildcats. So. I'm in a rain cloud. Look, it's dark cloud. If you look up, it's all gray, and it's blowing through here pretty well. Ah, there's the blue skies. There you go. Trail gets mighty small coming off the backside of the Wildcats. I like saying Wildcats. But yeah, as you can see, it gets really, really small. And it's like, am I on the trail or am I on a wash off, you know, where the water just kind of washes off. But every once in a while I will see a white blaze, thank goodness. It tells me I'm going the right way. But they need to, might want to come down here and cut a few branches. I don't know. Oh, there I go. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's a little hard to get through sometimes. And that was one of them. Oh. Okay, keep moving. Actual shelter, wow. A lot of butterflies. Oh, here it is. This is the, make sure you get a good look. Oh, and look at that path. Less than 300 miles now. This is the 300-mile mark. Yeah, I don't see anything on the ground. It seemed like if I was headed southbound, I would put a 300 on the ground somewhere, but nope, I don't see it. So it's just y'all and me here, and I have less than 300 miles left. These bows are not mine. Kitty cats with presents. Loaner clothes at the hostel. Okay, I'm at the Rattlesnake River hostel, and I'm going to take a 0 today. But something came up in the videos, and I went back and looked at them, and sure enough, I made a mistake when I went home. Not home, but when I went to work. I got off, and I thought I was at Garfield, but I wasn't. I took a left following the trail, and I didn't look at it good enough, and I ended up coming, and I wondered why I came out at that notch. So I missed 20 miles of the trail. I did 15 or something getting out, but I was on the wrong trail, so I have to go back. And I was going to wait and do it at the end after going through Maine, but I'm right here at the border of Maine. And what I'm going to do is tomorrow, I'm taking a 0 today, I don't care. But what I'm going to do is tomorrow, take the shuttle from here back to Pinkham Notch, take the AMC shuttle back to Crawford Notch, go in that way, and do Zealand, go back to those mountains, and then come back out. And then take the AMC shuttle back, and then take the other shuttle back to here. So I'm going back to do those. Yes, thank you, YouTube. I did not realize I'd missed them, but I did when I looked back to see what had happened. You're right. Thank you, purists. I'm going to do it. Anyway, so I'm going to do a thing on you're doing it wrong. All right. And the first thing that some people do is they rely totally on their phone for navigation. you should take some kind of paper map. I've done it all the way up to here, but now my paper map has gotten soaked and I had to throw it away. And I will have to get a different map today while I'm out and about, because I like to have something besides just my phone, because your phone will fail. That's one thing. If you're just relying on your phone, don't do it. Another thing is, as you're hiking along, you cut the switchback, or you cut from one piece of the trail to the other piece of the trail. Don't do it. You should respect the trail, and it's always been a thing of mine not to cut a switchback. You need to follow the trail. One thing I learned early, because it beat me up so bad, was the weather. You need to know what you're hiking in. And if the weather looks bad, don't go out, stop, get into shelter, because nature does not care. So check. If you're not checking the weather forecast before you go, you're doing it wrong. Okay, another thing you might be doing wrong, and I did wrong at the beginning, was your sleeping pad. I have been through a number of versions until I've gotten to where I am, and now I use the largest sleeping pad, blow-up pad there is. At first I had a blow-up pad that was too thin, too small, and I was always balancing on it. But I'm a bigger guy, so get one that fits you. And then I went to a pad, not a blow-up pad, and that was kind of uncomfortable. And then I see a lot of people that use hammocks that try to go ultra light, and they can't stay in shelters, so they're locked out of the shelters. And sometimes you want to use the shelter. So in other words, get a blow-up pad that's comfortable for you, and then make sure that you don't poke a hole in it. So that's another reason to wear sleeping clothes that you just use for sleeping clothes, because it takes all the metal off of you or anything that you're wearing. All right, so get a pad that actually gives you the insulation you need and allows you to sleep wherever you need to sleep. Another thing you might be doing wrong is buy the right size tent. If you think you're going to wear a bivy, you know, those little bivy things, you're still going to get condensation. It's still going to come down on you inside the bivy. If you want to get a bivy tent, you just don't have a lot of room for your stuff. But if you're a smaller person, then that's fine for you. It's all about your circumstance. For me, I use a 2-person tent, and it's just big enough for what I'm doing on this long distance hike. Sometimes if you and another person are going, maybe you need a 3-person tent. They're light enough now, so you can use a 3-person tent and still carry it just as well as a 2-person tent. And a 3-person tent gives you the room for you, your stuff, maybe your dog or your stuff. But get the tent that you need for what you're doing.